So my name is Neil Hambly. I'm from Beacon Intelligence. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, Power BI consultant, very important, that piece. I've been working with databases and data technologies for a long time. Back in 2000, I led the first global business intelligence team at Accenture. I set up that team, created all the services. We were using SQL 7, 2000, using ASP.NET, lots of technology differences than we have today. And I wish we had these technologies like Power BI back in the time when I started. But hey, well, look, we've got a great set of resources today at our disposal. There's a new exam on the block. It's the DA-100, Analyzing Data with Microsoft Power BI. It's currently, as you can see probably the screen, it's in beta. What that simply means is Stu trying out the kind of exam on some students who want to have a go and be able to then also look at kind of what things we need to do with the exam in terms of improvements of questions, move some that were maybe a bit troublesome for the students. So I've been involved a little bit with the conceptual kind of aspects of the exam and also some of the exam review sections as well. So I've got some experience of what this exam looks like. If you have any questions, put it into the chat window. If you like what you're seeing as well, please do also, I'm just seeing if I get this right. Wrong one. And I'm going to get the right button in a second. Do subscribe to our channel. You'll know exactly when those new videos come out. In August, every single day, we are going live with a new kind of release of one of the videos related to the Power BI DA-100 exam. So I've got a ton of videos we're currently recording and will be during July. And in beginning of August, we're going to start releasing those. And I'm going to do a live Q&A kind of review of that material and also take you through that journey. So as you kind of explore the different videos and capabilities that we're going to share with training for you, you can ask questions and get some answers. So we're going to be doing that in August. We're going to go live every day, but we will have the videos posted every day. And we're doing a example as well. We're going to build that example over time, and it's going to cover all the requirements for this exam. So what are the requirements? Well, we can see on the screen here, we look at it, we can see that there's exam, there's some skills being measured. And we'll just get into the right position just to outline those for you. So percentages you see to the right of each of these sections is the percentage of the questions you will get on the exam. So in terms of preparing the data model, or preparing the data, I should say, it's a 20 to 25% part of the exam. Then modeling the data will be a 25-30, so that's the highest category there. So the first preparing and modeling will go to count to probably at least 50 to 60% of your overall questions you're going to get. Then we got visualizing and analyzing the data will probably account for another 30 to 35, 40%, with the final 10% being the deliverables. So actually kind of deploying this reports into the service and being able to manage those assets. So great, we're going to also see that there's going to be a lot more detail to this. So let me jump into the download. Click on this link, it will take you down to the download. And essentially we have that information. Sorry, I go back a level. I wanted to click down. So where we had prepare the data, which was 20 to 25%, we have some sub levels. Get data from different data sources, profile the data, and inside of that there's more specific kind of task related items. So select a storage mode. Is it an import? Is it a direct query? What's the CDS? How do I use parameters? So we're going to break this down, and the videos we're doing in August will specifically be attacking each one of these specific item points you see listed. So every single one of these points during the course of August we will cover at least once within one of the videos. Okay, so we're going to do a full range through of all of this material for you. Okay, now let's go and look at the overall kind of positioning of where this role certification sits. So if you look at the middle tier, we have the MCSE, the Data Management and Analytics track. And in there, you'll see that we've got a number of coming soon, which is the Data Analyst Associate, which is this specific certification. So it has a single exam. That exam is the DA-100. As I say, at the moment, there's not really anything in the Microsoft Learn space for you to do self-study. Hence, one of the reasons why I'm building a range of training modules for you. The 5-day mock course, which is a Microsoft official curriculum course, when that comes available, I will be teaching that. And that also, I'll let you know when those are available. So all your big learning providers will also be kind of then making those available. And they'll literally probably come to companies like myself that have a number of Microsoft certified trainers that are specialists in the data tracks to be able to do the certification deliveries for you. So we have to have the exam, we need to have the experience, we need to know what we're doing. So we're going to be helpful in delivering those trainings. Let's look at the actual kind of the modules of it. Sorry, I'm going to the wrong one. I'm going to go to the next one. This one here. So this is the Analyzing Data with PowerBI. This will be the course when it becomes available that's related to this exam. This will be a 5-day instructor-led course, as I said. There are 13 modules in here. Let me just open up this summary, a little bit easier to see. So in module 1, we do a quick intro to the kind of the technology and kind of Power BI itself. Then modules 2 and 3, we're going to grab that data and perform some transformations, get it ready for reporting. A very important step. Data generally doesn't come in clean. Modules 4 to 7 is all about that Power BI model. So designing it, developing it, enhancing it with calculations and some DAX expressions, so data analytics expressions, and be able to then do some model optimization as well. So get it kind of right in terms of the relationships and other aspects. Modules 8 to 9 is actually building those reports. So using Power BI Desktop and creating those visual reports that we all love and want to showcase a little bit on as well as we go. 9 and 10 is enhancing reports and using dashboards. Sorry, 10 and 11, I should say, is creating the dashboards and enhancing the reports with analytics. So this is now in the world of Power BI service. So we've taken our desktop file and we've uploaded it to our Power BI service, and now we're going to create some dashboards off that and enhance that report and add some additional capabilities like AI to that. Machine learning as well. And then finally, we've got some management of the assets themselves and also then some paginated report capabilities. So maybe replacing the SSRS paginated reports you have today, we can now do that with inside of Power BI as well. So that's a great new feature. The 5 days is fairly intense. It's going to be going through. I've got links here and I'll be posting those and making all of these kind of links and resources available to you during my 5 days, etc. So we've got designing models, developing them, and again, we're breaking down the different labs, etc. So let's go and look at the next piece I want to show you, which is if you did go to Microsoft Learn, which is kind of the location of where Microsoft hold a lot of their training assets. If you look for Power Space BI, so you put the space out, it doesn't find anything. It has the space in there, by the way. And you'll come up with these 2 learning paths. And if I click into the learning paths, you'll see that has some kind of modules that are related to getting started, grabbing some data, modeling the data. So we will be able to explore these capabilities and get a kind of a base understanding of how to start using this Power BI service. If we go back at here and go to the other module, which is learning path, which is consume data, we've got a couple of extra modules in there about exploring what it can do and also analyzing data. So there's a couple of assets already in the Microsoft Learn, but not a huge number. Okay, so now we're going to expand on that for you and provide a few more bits of information. Okay, so let's get rid of that screen for a second. Now, if you are and you've been around Power BI for a while, you've probably already seen a few demos, but if you haven't, if you go to the powerbi.com, Microsoft.com website, this is kind of your entry point for Microsoft Power BI. You can log in, sign into your portal. You can also go to things like the Learn directory and see videos and go to guided learning and actually help yourself through how to kind of do things like modeling data. And you see that it's linking into those services that we just looked at. So there's a great deal of kind of videos and other information that will help you really kind of get started with this. But you may already be kind of a little bit familiar with these technologies. So you kind of want to work to a higher level. You want to understand it a bit better. So we're going to go into more detail when we go through some of these courses. But this is a good place to go and look at it. And documentation and samples are also there as well. And I would recommend you look at the blog every now and then, because it gives you some great ways of seeing what's happening when the new releases for the desktop come out. So when the June release came out about a week or so ago, and what's in that, you can go and see all the new capabilities. So this is a great way of keeping on top of the massive amount of changes that they bring to the table. Okay, let's look at what you might need to do later on if you were actually going to be kind of delivering solutions and building them yourselves. You may need to go and work with what's known as a Microsoft solution provider. A Power BI partner essentially is what you're looking for. Now, there's only a few of us in the UK. My company, which is Beacon Intelligence, is one of the gold partners around that. And we're also a Power BI partner and a Microsoft learning provider. And we've got people out there training people every week and running consultancy projects. I've got people full-time at clients delivering these solutions. So we're one of the kind of go-to companies for understanding Power BI. So just wanted to kind of frame where I'm coming from and what my business is. As you can probably see from behind, Beacon Intelligence and Data Train. This Data Train channel is specifically been designed to provide instruction to students like yourselves that want to learn about these technologies and maybe don't have funds to attend these classes, but you still want to learn. And I'm going to kind of reference a few other kind of people like Cube, the SQL BI team.com. These are great resources. Make use of them. There's plenty of resources out there, but we'll be kind of joining that group and providing our own resources for you. There's additional free kind of training you can sign up for. There's something called a dashboard in a day, which is a one-day hands-on workshop. Now, I've run these before in person, before COVID, for up to 80 students at a time, which is great. You get lots of questions coming to you. So you're really kind of like on your game if you want to kind of deliver one of those workshops. But this is kind of the, wrong one. I just want to go to this one first. So we have 5 labs essentially inside of this dashboard in a day. And the first one is accessing and preparing the data. So that's usually the first stage, is actually where's my data and can I make it fit for the needs I'm going to have. You're then going into the data modeling phase and exploration. You're going to understand data. You're going to start kind of maybe trying out some visuals, building some models behind the scenes, creating new relationships. You want to kind of explore the data a little bit before you really kind of get down to the visualization work that you need to do. Then you're going to actually start your data visualization. And say, if I just scroll through a few of these, you'll see that there's full instructions on building out these reports. And that report is essentially going to be something like this report here on the screen. So this one is the dashboard of the day final report. It has row level security attached to it. I've also kind of shown that we've got the model view. We've got the data view, so all the different tables, we're seeing all the different data we brought in, and we can go and do kind of work with those. And we can also go into the Power Query Editor, the PQE, in order to prepare and zone that data. But one of the things also, you'll see I've got my performance analyzer stuck to the right-hand side of this pane right now. Now, that's great, and I can go and see which of the kind of visuals are performing well, if not. But also I can export that data with the export button. And then I can come into products such as the DAX Studio. So the latest 2.11 one, only recently released. And I've come in and I've actually connected to that Power BI report. And I've been able to also import the data. So I've been able to visualize the analytics, so the tables that we have. I've been able to go to the Vertipack Query Analyzer metrics. I've been able to expand that out and see some really cool information about the design, the relationships, how they're related, what's the size, cardinality, these kind of aspects. So we'll explore all of this during the videos that we have, as well as all the different measures that were potentially in the system. So let me kind of just move those out of the way for a second, and then go and say that I actually want to see all of the measures. And what we then got, let's get the cursor to the right place. I want to find all the tables. So here's all the measures that we have inside of this report. Now, there's not a great deal, but here is where I can easily see what they are. And I can also see my performance of how I'm using those measures. So I can kind of see benefits and details. I can also do things like query tracing and see when I'm kicking stuff through how well that actually is doing. So I can put some tracing capabilities on and look at query plans and do a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to go into more detail today on this, but we will have specific videos that are related to how we do this. And when we build our report over that month of August, we're going to be going into here to see if we've got the right performance tiers, the right performance that we need. Okay, so let's get rid of that for a second. But this is the report, and it's kind of like interactive. You click on stuff and the report is responsive. There's a couple of different report panes. There's some layout stuff here. So you name it, we have the ability to kind of see how this report is being kind of developed, how it's kind of being used. We can use some of the very cool capabilities inside of this product to be able to have interactive reports. So we're going to go into a lot of detail around how we do that, but I'm not trying to cover all of that today. I'm just kind of showcasing that we have a lot of capabilities we need to learn about as we go through and prepare ourselves for this exam. We need to understand how to put this stuff together. So let's go back to our slides, or not slides, our screens there for a second, and go down to some additional information. Oh, wrong thing I want to go to. So what I'm often asked for when I'm doing this training, like the dashboard in the day, and I'm doing like my training engagements, and or I'm just kind of talking on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, is, so where do I go get training resources from? And I'm going, great question, love those type of questions. You know what I need to do is we need to make you aware of some free training that we offer. There's some lifelong free training, and there's also some training for a period of time across the whole estate of our training. So here's our Beacon Pathways, which actually comes from our original kind of Microsoft. Let me go to my main web page and show you how I got to there. So this is our main website. It's going to be kind of redone, but essentially you can see that we do consultancy, we do training, and we do analytics. In the training space, we're basically going into a number of training deployments. So we have the different kind of courses that we do, and including soon we will also have the DA-100, the M20778, which is being replaced. We currently deliver that as well. But this Beacon Pathways at the end here on the right hand side, if I click on that, it takes me to this site. So you get a free trial. It's a 7-day trial. You get over 50 courses. I think this is an old kind of needs to be updated one. There is also a 50% promotion at the moment for COVID to kind of get people to log in and be able to use these services. But there's a ton of different courses available that's there. And what we have is a specific Power BI analyst track. So it's all just the Power BI courses we do. So if I go into that, you'll see I go into my learning path and go to my learning path list. And we have a number of different courses available. And one of those is our Power BI analyst course. So this is a set of self-study materials, videos, labs, instructions to take you through kind of that. So you can go into looking at kind of maybe the advanced Power BI one and see all the lessons that are covered in this specific delivery. So we have a quick intro and then module 0, and then we go all the way through, and we've got a couple of pages of modules on this one. But we have things like, we go at page 1 for a second, like the mQuery language. We have DAX, we have advanced modeling. So you can go and pick up one of these and start understanding the lessons around that. So there'll be a video, there'll be instructions.
Hello and welcome back.
Etc. that will help you kind of understand all of this. And you can track all your progress and get your achievements, and even have a team kind of based competition if you like. Those are fun. I've seen a few people do those as well. So these are going to be great resources. Remember, there's a free resource, which is the dashboard in the day. That's always free, available. So the free class, free trial, no money down, no credit card needed, no nothing. You go in and basically you're going to be able to kind of start that free trial, and you get 7 days. And then you also get there's dashboard in the day. I think there's power apps in the day as well. There's some free 1-day full video courses that never go away. They're always going to be yours. So those are some good resources. But if you want to try out some of the other classes, by all means do that in the 7 days. Probably maybe have a look at those first. because they're going to require a membership. And the membership can also be annual or it can be monthly. So you can sign up for a couple of months basically. So here's the annual price, but there's also a monthly price as well, which is currently at a 50% discount right now. So I've just kind of taken the codes off. It's just there, off you go. Some of the other things we're going to do is when we release in July and August, these videos, etc., we're going to set up a separate Facebook group that's going to be private. Now, the purpose of this group is for people to be able to come in and post questions to our instructors, to our consultants, and get answers. So you can kind of send us in a secure link. We'll kind of make the locations available where it gets sanitized, the report, and then we can kind of look at it. We will look at your reports and maybe be able to give some advice. Now, you have unlimited questions on there, but it's down to the resources we have. So we only have a certain amount of time to revise. So, if we have 20 students in our group, then we'll probably have more time than if we had 100 people in our group. But over time, we're going to add more people to moderate and be able to answer questions. So over time, we're going to have that. And that's going to be a 1-year subscription to that group. And we're going to be doing that at £99 UK sterling. So you're going to have the option to be able to kind of sign in and get some questions answered and get some stuff direct privately as a consulting training group, essentially. So we have some fair use strategies around that. So you won't be able to kind of overwhelm us with questions one after the other. We'll kind of be kind of maybe putting some caps on if you go too mad with too many questions. But we're going to probably allow as many as we can in. Okay. So also there's a data analyst certification private group already, and a link is on the screen there. And again, you may be coming from that group. If not, I recommend you go and join that. And they're going to, I'm also part of that group. They're also going to be helping each other kind of answer questions and share knowledge. So a great place to do that. And what I'll do is I'm going to be posting these links and these Facebook links, etc., on my Twitter account. And let me show you my Twitter account itself. So this is my Twitter account, and I'm Neil Hambly, Neil_Hambly on Twitter. So if you want to get a hold of me, it's Neil_Hambly. Feel free to reach out, follow me, send a question. I will be sending some links out. I will let you know when the videos go live. I will say though, if you do have an opportunity, get my cursor to jump over to the other window. There we go. And it's all new to me, this stuff, so I'm trying to get my landscape of where stuff is. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because you'll get you'll get notifications exactly when those videos get posted. So we've got a lot of them due. We're actually working on them right now. I've got a brand new studio. I did a upload of my behind the scenes studio tour yesterday. Well, it was actually first thing this morning, and kind of gave you a bit of a picture about what's behind it. So if you have questions, please put them in the chat window. Say hello if you joined us. I know we've got a few people on board at the moment, and that's great. And I think we've got 6 or 7 people kind of currently with us. That's awesome. So hopefully over time we're going to grow this group. I'm going to spend a lot of time and resources over the next couple of months putting the assets together to be able to share this information with you. Okay, so what else do we have to share today? Okay, let's go and have a look at the I'm going to go down a bit further. Not that one, this one, Microsoft Learn here. Okay, so we've been into this already, but there is other kind of information available under the kind of data analyst role under Microsoft Learn. So not just the track for doing Power BI, but you can see that there's a bunch of kind of other optimizing the models, and maybe other related ones which are going to be in other roles. So look at the other roles that might be related. Data engineer probably is the closest to that. And that's going to be kind of related to processing your data, storing it in Azure, migrating data. So you're not probably a single question here. So we've got some questions coming through. Is it possible to cover Azure Synapse Analytics? So it will be, but the DA-100 doesn't cover it, but the DP-200 and 201 course, which I ran this week actually, that covers Synapse Analytics. And guess what? I'm going to be covering those exams as well. So the DA-100 is one exam I cover. The AI-100, the DP-100, the DP-200 and 201 all of the AZ ones, so AZ 103, 104, the AZ 500, all of those will be doing the same thing. We're creating videos, content. But when I've got a DP-100, or sorry, DP-200 Synapse Analytics one, I will be going into some detail. Now, there will be a part of this course, the DA-100, where we use a source, and one of the sources is going to be Synapse. We won't necessarily go into detail about Synapse, but we would be kind of connecting to Synapse and bringing that data in. But I will reference and tag the other resources there for you. So hopefully that answers that question. Okay, hello, is the exam MCQ or actually do tasks? So the exam, etc., will be asking you to kind of understand the task that a kind of data analyst does. So let's go back and look at what that kind of role responsibility is. So here's the audience profile that we need to do. So basically it's going to be somebody that is a data professional that performs data analysis, and they're generally going to be using Power BI as one of their dominant technologies. Excel is another one, SQL Server, and these other technologies might also play into the game. And we've got big data clusters now with SQL Server 2019. Again, another video I'm going to be doing some work on soon, sooner than later. But all these different data platform technologies are sources of data, CSV files, websites, etc. We're going to be bringing that data in, preparing it, and walking through that. So the videos we're going to come up next are going to go into details about how to do those steps. So what we will do is have a step-by-step, build a report, or do a Power BI project, I would say, right from step one through to completion, doing security, doing deployment, getting it out into the different workspaces in Power BI, doing all of the visualization, doing all the modeling and preparation of the data, and getting it out there and getting it in play to kind of go live. And then we'll also be talking about things like DevOps, or what I call, it's kind of data ops really. It's how do we do operational kind of deployments and integration and deployments of this data and these reports using Power BI. It's not necessarily an easy topic to cover. So we will have some more advanced modules and videos that will come out in addition to these 31 videos we're going to have every day in August. We're going to have some additional more advanced modules that we're going to put together as well and reference it. You want to go and learn about the next stage. How do I learn about the more details? Now there's some great groups out there, great video YouTube groups already, like the Guiding Cube. Look at resources from people like SQLBI.com and their books and their knowledge bases and their training courses. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. So this is a start to just kind of lay out what we're going to be doing as data.train channel. Lots of videos, probably doing at least one a day come beginning of August. If not, we're going to start a bit early in July. And we're going to have at least maybe 1 or 2 a week going out to get things kind of up and running. Is DA more difficult than the old 7778? Now actually, I've heard some feedback on this because I've also been involved in some of the exam questions. I would say it's not more difficult. It's a slightly different view on it, and some people may find it easier because the two M70778 was essentially about the product, and it necessarily kind of covered a lot of the capabilities of that product. The DA-100 is more a role based, so it's kind of more aligned to people doing that activity. So it should be a little bit more comfortable, it should be a little more intuitive. But guess what? In the whole of August, we're going to be kind of taking you from zero knowledge, potentially, through to the ability at the end of that month to feel comfortable with the right amount of practice and hands-on to kind of go and do the exam. I kind of put it this way. You would watch maybe a video on riding a bike, but that's not all you're going to do to be able to learn how to ride that bike. You need to do practice. The same with this technology. You're going to kind of learn certain amounts by doing it, but you're going to also need to do some hands-on, get your hands dirty, get things that don't work and figure out why and break them. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing that little kind of private Facebook group, because we know people struggle from time to time with a concept or just getting something to work and they quite can't get their head around it. So they may need some advice, and there may not be someone next to them or within kind of arm's reach or somebody they know that has that expertise. So we're going to be able to share that. So I'll give you more information about that in a separate video in July that kind of explains how that group's going to work and kind of invites into kind of joining that group, etc. But for now, open up to more questions you have. So I've shared quite a bit. There's a lot more to share. We are touching the kind of requirements. So you can see here actually that Data Movements is the best match and also is one of the most responsive companies. So we're right there at the front, kind of giving you the best value we can for these. If you want to go into Facebook, say the Data Analyst Certification Group, that's a private group you can join as a member. I think they've got quite a few members right now, 86. So that's a recent group I've joined, and you may come from that already. If not, recommend you check it out. The Beacon Pathways is a good thing to kind of go and say it's free training by kind of going into that group, get you free training. And then later on, if you want to purchase a subscription, fine, we can help you with some costs on that as well at the moment. But there's plenty of resources, and we will be sharing the details of all those as we go through the month of August. But in July, we'll kind of get things prepped up and ready and kind of introduce you to some other stuff around Power BI that we can help. And that, I think, probably for me is a wrap for today. I wanted to get to about 35 minutes. I'm pretty much on the 35-minute mark. We had a couple of minutes where it didn't sound didn't work at the beginning. That is on me. This is my first YouTube live video, and I got everything working on the left-hand screen or the right-hand screen, and I forgot to press the button to unmute myself. So, you know, what can you say? But questions in the chat window. If not, I would love to see you in the next video. Remember to try and subscribe to our channel. So let's kind of just put that up again. So click on that subscribe button. Any questions you have, go to the Twitter. Neil_Hambly is going to be where you can access me. Let me kind of just go to Twitter. Oops, Twitter and Neil Hambly. And come and follow me, and by all means, kind of like you'll find I tweet about stuff. I've got a newsletter that goes out every day. That's been going out for a couple of years now. I just love this technology. I love sharing my knowledge and kind of helping others. And I do consultancy, and I do help companies on a kind of day-by-day basis sometimes if needed, if they have a little bit of a trouble in, can't fix this, we need to get this working. So come and join us. And excellent. I've had a blast. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining, and until next time, stay safe.